Hi, I'm Liz Nedden. Let's have a look at an example of finding our angles in a triangle with algebra. So I want to solve and find all three angles in this particular triangle here. So we've got one angle, the blue one, which is labelled x. We've got the reddy one at the top, which is x plus 35 degrees. And then we've got the one on the right, the orange one, x plus 10 degrees. So we need to solve and find how big each of those angles are. So we'll start with the triangle and think, right, what rules do we know about triangles? And we know the rule that all three angles in the triangle have to add up to 180 degrees. So let's try using that rule. So let's start with writing an equation. So if I take my first angle, x, and I add the second angle, x plus 35, and I add the third angle, x plus 10. So I'm adding together all three angles in my triangle, and they need to add up to 180 degrees. And I need to state my reason for that. So there's my reason: angles in a triangle equals 180. Now I can simplify the equation. So if I look at there, I've got three x's, x plus x plus x. So combine that together and it gives me 3x. Then I can add together the numbers, so I can do 35 plus 10, and that gives me 45. So that is equal to 180 degrees. So all I did was just simplify the equation on the left-hand side. Now I want to go through and solve that to find out how big x is. So to solve for x means I want to get to the stage x equals a number. So I want to move all the numbers to the other side, to the right-hand side. So I'm going to start by subtracting 45 from both sides. And as I do that, I'm going to end up with this: 3x equals 180 degrees minus 45 degrees. So I'm going to work out what that is. So 180 minus 45, that is 135. Now, when I write 3x, that means 3 times x. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So what I now want to do is I want to divide both sides by 3. Because what I do to one side, I do to the other. Once I've done that, I can now simplify. So 3 divided by 3, those will cancel out to leave me with an x by itself. So x is equal to 135 divided by 3. And when I work that out, that leaves me with 45 degrees. So that's now solved to find out how big x is. So I've solved x. But what I have been asked is to find out how big each of the three angles are. So when I look at the diagram now, x there is 45. And so I can just replace that blue one with 45 because that's just what x is. But now I need to solve to find out what the next angle is. So I'm going to take the x plus 35. I need to figure out how big that angle is. So I can replace the x with 45 degrees. So I'm going to get 45 degrees plus 35, and that will equal 80 degrees. So that tells me the second angle here is 80 degrees. Now I just need to find the orange angle, the third one. So that is x plus 10. I need to find out how big that is. So again, I'm going to replace x with the number, and I know x is 45, so I'm going to get 45 plus 10, and that's going to be equal to 55. So I can replace that 55 in my diagram with the third angle. So now I have solved to find out how big each of the angles are. And I did that by finding the angles in the equation and simplifying. Thanks very much for watching.